Okay, good. Thank you for joining me for this demo presentation. I will, before I go into the presentation, I want us to understand something. Solafide is the first OHADA native accounting and ERP solution. That means that by default, your charts of account are OHADA and your reports are OHADA. Nevertheless, it's not only OHADA, even beyond OHADA, we have international reporting within the system. Now, the way the system has been structured, it handles most of the aspects of every organization, given that since it follows all the different classes of OHADA from class 1 to class 9. Now, in using the system, you will need to create an account, solafideonline.com, and you'll be able to follow, take trial, and create an account. Now, I've created an account already so that we can use. And here we have the dashboard. It gives you a quick overview. The essence of a dashboard is to help you see whatever is happening within the organization without necessarily having to go check all the other reports. So this is the dashboard. On the site bar, we have the entity dashboard, which is it. Then we have Solar Links. This is basically help us for internal communication. When you want to send a message to your colleague, the other part, you can use that. Quick action. Quick action, this way we have most of our things. You want to issue invoices, you want to create bills or estimate, create bills, pay expenses, purchase orders, customers, suppliers, product and services. All of that can be done here. Now, another most interesting feature is the customer relationship management CRM. And this is where you track leads into your activity. So if I open it here and you come, you see that I can register a client. This is good for businesses that have marketers and who go out. So I want to register a client. You just have to click and fill the person's name, the email, the location, the day of contact, a business category, or might be a business or individual industry. All of this is useful. Then the sales pipeline. Is it a new lead? Maybe how did the person know? Website, lead status, have you contacted? This helps us to track the lead pipeline, which is very, very important. What stage are we in the discussion? Maybe proposal, qualified, negotiation, won or lost. Those are things. And even the win probability. A client, you think that the probability of winning is very high, you put it. If it's very low, if we put a client maybe at 25%, then it means we may be thinking of winning the client, but the probability is very low. But if you put it at 90, it means there's high probability that that client can become, that potential or that lead can become a client. It means even whoever has to follow up will need to do what it takes. It must be somebody who is proficient in closing deals or in negotiating, because the level of interest is high. Priority can be urgent, low, assigned to. For instance, somebody says, I need something tomorrow. That's an urgent. But if it's maybe check me back next month, is low, medium. Assigned to, we need to know who we have given that task, who is to follow up, who is to, when is the next appointment, maybe additional information you have, maybe who referred the client, maybe any discussion you had with the client, you can jot it here, anything they want to say concerning that. This, all of this now is to help you track the lead direction. Now here we have invoicing. There are a lot of things here, but most important thing will be maybe to how to create an invoice. If you want to create an invoice, you just click and you're able to create an invoice. Under the invoicing model, we have come here. You have some sample invoices that we've created already. For instance, this is an invoice created. Uh, if I just open it, you see the invoice. you see details. This is has been paid 1 days, and you see the accounting. So one good thing about Solafide is that it helps reduces the burden because the time that an accountant will spend, because as you are doing your transactions, those transactions are automatically taken care of in terms of accounting. That information is populating. For instance, if you come to this, if you're an accountant, you know that this cash account was debited and the credit customer was, and so things like that being done auto, so that you don't necessarily have to do it manually, and that this is already appearing in our reports. You can always export as PDF. You can format it. If the customer has an email, you can automatically send it to the client via email. You can print it out. For instance, if I want to print it, this one is where you're printing as a thermal printer, since we also have the POS model, which is somehow connected. Here you can see receipts, credit notes, depending on the nature of activity you have. Now, if you go down here, contacts, customers, you can register your customers. Uh, and now somebody will say, but what's the difference between prospects and a customer? A customer is somebody you already agreed and you are saving the person offering a particular service. So the person says, I need printing, and so you register the customer. So an invoice is issued to a customer. So we can do that. Procurement, anything that has to do with purchases, especially buying to resell. We start from a purchase order. You can issue a purchase order until when the goods are received, bills, payment, and so on and so forth. Everything can be done here easily. And so expenses, this is where we track all the expenses. You start by registering the business expenses. You can register, for instance, if I come here, I may have some business expenses. A staff can also make an expense request. Yes, we expense requisition. Maybe you want to buy something, you need to initiate it here, and the person who has the authority will approve it. Or if you have spent money on the behalf of the organization, you can come here and with show of proof, you make an expense request. You go through the workflow for whoever has to approve. The person will approve, and you are able to get your money refunded to you. But you have some category of expenses that are there, like equipment hire, rent, electricity, water, that were pre-populated. You can deactivate them and add. You can add yours. Can always add your other expense categories in the system if you so want. That is it for expenses. And when you pay, you can attach proof of payment. Now that said, the next thing you can do is about stock management. If a business that has stock, you can manage your stock here. You can monitor. This is a dashboard that shows you. You can also check your current stock. We have stock alerts, for instance, stocks that have gone low, or you want to be able to. We have stock transactions also. Yes, so I'm just, for instance, we see products that are out of stock. We have to reorder. If I click here, reorder, I can select. Maybe those are critical, maybe out of stock, high, and depending on the configuration that you have set within the system. As once you select maybe out of stock, you can easily say maybe I want to create a purchase order. You just click here, they will give you a purchase order, and that purchase order now, this is my purchase order. So it facilitates the rebuying process for you and your organization. From here, you can edit here, change the quantities, change whatever you have to change, and that will be good. So everything is done there. We have services and projects. Maybe you're a service-based consultancy and the rest, or school and things like that. You can register your services here, and you register all the services. Now, the difference between inventory product-based is that services do not have maybe direct cost of goods, and it might not be there, and even it's treated differently as accounting treatment is concerned. So, uh, what do we again? We have the payroll. Now, this is the payroll. The payroll gives you room to, for instance, we have the dashboard that gives you a quick overview. If I click here, I'm opening minutes so that we can look at it. And we also have the employees portal. Those are different things that you are able to. Now let's look at here. The dashboard gives you. Now this is inventory dashboard. Uh, okay, these are different these things that. Yes, this is a human resource payroll, and you see exactly total as put in specified. Some of these things you have to configure them based on. That's where onboarding comes in. And the good thing is that we have a manual. For instance, this company settings, we go and set whatever you have to set. This way you have the manual to see how to access and do everything in the system. And so it's available that you can go through both in French and English. And still under the payroll model, or that you can add your employee. Yes, you can always import them, and there's room for you. For instance, the person's name, the position, and the salary, this country, maybe it's an intern or a term somebody, and then you go on to put all of this information. Now you can create a portal for the staff and give a pin or a password. Send an email, the person will receive invitation, create an account. And so what is found in the employees portal? For the employees portal, the employee is able to see, sign in, log in when you get to work, and you are able to maybe request the payment request, or the payment request, the expense requisition, your salaries. You generate immediately. The company issues payrolls, an employee will automatically see that your payroll is ready, and so it's digitally signed, and you have it in your system, so you can take it to the bank to do the cash out, so long as that agreement has been done, and everything. So it must not be manually signed. Everything you when they collect and there's the bank debit, you can now come back and update that has been paid, because when you approve it, the employee see that the payment has been approved. But once the payment is done, that's when it gets through the system. You update the system that it has been paid. The system pick that up. You can post it from there to the accounting reports if you so want. So that's why we say the system gives you room that everything that's happening communicates with the accounting reports, and you are able to use that as easy as that. Again, we have payroll. You can generate maybe bulk payroll individually. You can always see accounting payroll and payroll overview. All of that is possible. Attendance, you want to take attendance, the system gives you room for that. Another thing, you may have different banks that you're operating or receive money in different ways, Momo Bank and the rest. You can have it. You can register all your different banks here, and whenever a transaction is done in a bank, you just have to indicate it. We are working to have some bank APIs so that the data can communicate, but right now we don't yet have. But you can always track them within your own system. Then we have the accounting. For the accounting part, this is where you can create your chart of account. But then the system comes with auto-populated chart of account. You can always edit it, modify it for your use, and that's how the system has been designed. So you can easily modify it for your use. And if that is, we have journals. You want to issue journal. This is where accounting, if you want to use purely for the accounting purposes, you may have to register your transactions just in this section of the system. It will still give you everything accordingly, regardless of what aspect you want to do. If you ignore all these other modules, whether you are doing salaries and debiting and creating, using it, everything can be done in this accounting interface. Your sales can be acknowledged in this, and that using the debit credit principle. And this is how the UI is. If you start typing, maybe just say, let me just say sales. So you see sales of goods. Yes, you see the account code, the name, and the balance type. Maybe if it is this, and let me say came in via bank. If you have not choose, you can save and new, save and exit, save as draft. In a situation where you need to, you are not very sure, it's preferable to save as draft. So you can say new means I want to create now. If I save new, then after saving, I'm still presented back with this UI for me to continue my activities. So I think that is the key thing. From there, we have reports, your income statement, following Ohada. But there are so many other reports in the system, depending on inventory report, sales report, purchase reports, and the rest. But the most common reports that you may want to as a business will be the balance sheet, the income statement that are auto-populated from approved transaction following Ohada standard. But the other reports that are there are more than 150 reports in the system. As you can see, different reports. These areas are collapsible. If you want to have give you a lot of control, maybe tax reports, payable report, inventory reports, all of them are there. And then we go now to the add-ons. Now the system has been designed since it's an ERP. We understand that different sectors, different businesses function differently. So we have different modules. For instance, construction, we have this construction module, which is an add-on. So it only becomes available here if you've activated it. For instance, if you come to this entity, you will not see something like the human resource, you will not see the construction module, you will not see the higher institution module, you will not see NGO. So depending on your own sector, you have maybe a hospitality, supermarket, there are some features that are activated when you activate these different activities, so you can do that. Then we have finally administrative settings where we decide we can add our staffs into the system. We can this where we add users and their roles. You want to add your accountant, your cashier, your inventory manager, your human resource, the operations manager, all of that. This is where you do it. And there are also more preferences here that you can do. So in summary, that is a quick overview of Solafide, and you can use it again to change the language either to French or English. You just come here and you select it, and the system will change language for you. So if for instance everything now is in French, everything is in French here, maybe something, yeah, entity dashboard, you start seeing some of these things in French. So if you're a French speaker, you will see that. And so that is how Solafide system is. And lastly, we can manage multiple institutions within the system. So you must not, you can be administrator for one institution, another one you are just a staff. So in short, that is what Solafide does in brief.